It's weird hanging out with you again.
I know. I'm glad we are, though.
It was nice that you sent me actual letters. It's more than any of my other friends have done. And you even wrote on that cool parchment paper. It's so Max.
So pretentious. But I love writing on it like an English poet. You deserve the best stationery.
Probably easier to write than to visit me. I don't mean that in a bitchy way. Not totally. You probably wanted to avoid awkward conversations like this.
Ununderstanding Chloe, this must be the wrong
Pretty
timeline.
much. Yeah.
Look, the worst thing you can do is treat me like a baby. I still want to laugh and talk shit with my best friend. Can we stop? This is seriously the best view of the sunset. What do photographers call that?
The golden hour.
See? Without you here, I'd have no clue. Bet you could take some amazing shots. Those beached whales are so sad. I kind of know how they feel. At least, I'm alive here with you.
You're a real survivor, Chloe. I know you have to deal with so much.
I don't want anybody else feeling sorry for me. I can do that. Along with my parents. My dad still feels guilty about buying me that car.
I think that Prices just shouldn't drive cars, because in one dimension, William died, and in another one, Chloe nearly died. So I feel like we should just ban car licenses for everybody who has the surname Price. If you're out there and you have a surname Price, I think it's a better idea. Just take the bus every day instead of driving a car. Just because of what might happen if you don't, right? So let's talk about the accident, I suppose. Because we all know this is going to go in the right direction.
Are you okay to talk about the accident?
We never actually have, huh? There's not much to say. Some prick in an SUV cut me off and I flew into a ditch.
Do you remember everything?
I saw everything in bullet time. I felt my back snap and that was the last thing I ever felt in my body. When I woke up in the hospital, I literally couldn't move a muscle.
Jesus. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. I'm just happy I did get to see you again. I could have ended up vanishing out of the blue like that girl from Blackwell.
You mean Rachel Amber? When was the last time you talked to her?
Never. I just read about her in the news. I didn't even know her name. You did?
This is such a different world than when we were kids, isn't it?
After that snow and eclipse, it's more like the end of the world.
It might be, but I'd like to think we can still change things for the better.
I'd like to think that too. But I don't have much hope these days.
I know things seem out of control, but as long as we're together, I don't feel afraid.
Hanging out with you makes me feel like a total kid again. You don't even know.
Listen, Chloe, I'm sorry I haven't been out to see you more. That was wrong. You're my best friend.
Max, thanks for coming out to see me. You're doing awesome.
I don't think so.
My nose is getting cold. Maybe we should get back to my place?
It is hella cold out here.
Hella? I hate that word, no offense.
None taken.
I mean, Chloe, you won't believe this, but in this particular timeline, you're actually doing better than the other one. I know that seems kinda hard to believe because of the state you're in, but in the other one, you dyed your hair blue and David Madsen is your stepfather. Now, would you rather be in a wheelchair or have David Madsen as your stepfather? Now, I know what you're going to say, but I think this is preferable, right? I'm not trying to make fun of people who are disabled, of course, I'm just making fun of Chloe. And I feel I'm okay to do that because I haven't made fun of her in quite a while now. So please give me a break, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a pretty high-tech lair.
Feels like a high-tech cell. But I am lucky my parents bust their ass to take care of me. I know it's hard for them.
They're grateful you're here with them.
Right. Especially when they can't even take a walk alone. Sometimes I act like a total teenage brat just to give them an excuse to yell at me. Pathetic, I know.
Chloe, you're a great daughter. You're kind and sensitive, when you don't even have to be.
Trust me, I still get my rage on. Especially when a nurse has to watch while I take a dump so she can wipe my bum. Or when doctors flip me around like I was a science doll.
I can't even imagine. But you're still amazing. You always have been since we were kids.
Thanks again for coming, Max. I, need to get my drink on. Can you bring me some water?
Not before I check every single object in the room, and only then will I deliver your drink to you, so you will actually be thirsty. I know you're like dying there and coughing, but honestly, I don't have a comeback. But just honestly, just wait a bit.
Does Chloe
I'm
look
looking
the
at
garden
things.
and think about her childhood? She can't even feel the grass now.
One thing I like and hate about the scene, not the scene, but this arc in particular, is first of all, Chloe just doesn't seem very realistic to me. And I don't mean to say that she couldn't have turned out this way if things went differently. But what I think really breaks my particular immersion is that we got a game called Before the Storm, which explored how Chloe acted before she turned into the blue-hair rebel that we know today, right? And if I was to believe that she never was a rebel...
Max, it is so cool that you're here again.
Thank you.
I'm glad you think so.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But I don't think this particular character matches the one we were introduced to in Before the Storm, which kind of breaks my narrative. Then again, I do understand that she actually went through a pretty horrible accident, which can shape a person in many different ways, but there's just something off, I guess, when I'm in this particular area. Maybe that's what the intention was in the first place, but yeah, it's just...
At least Chloe doesn't weigh that much.
It just feels a little bit forced. It's like, oh, she can't even feel the grass. Oh, they have to wipe my butt, right? I get it. You had a tragic accident. It's bad. Max tried to save someone. She's feeling guilty because she tried to save your father, and then she ended up hurting you instead, which is probably the only other bad option. Maybe not the only one, but one of the worst options that can happen.
I should have kept more in touch.
I also really like how in this particular... everything about this is made to make Max feel guilty, even the fact that she was keeping in touch when she wasn't keeping in touch in the other timeline, right? So it's just like, give me a break, gang, come on.
Oh, the snow dough. I guess not everything changed.
But that's fine, because this gives us an excuse to actually harp on things, so...
The snow globes are taking over.
I know you're coughing. Chloe, can you calm down with the coughing? I would appreciate it. I know you have no control over your bodily functions, but...
I still can't believe I put Chloe in that chair.
I mean, technically the dick in the SUV did it, not you, Max. Unless you were the dick in the SUV.
Chloe's message board since the accident sure looks lonely. I didn't add much.
I don't know what you do with paintings, but I don't read them. I look at them.
It's nice my parents sent a card at least.
Chloe, you know we love you and you're in our hearts and thoughts. We hope to see your smiling face soon. Please be well, Ryan and Vanessa Caulfield. I think this might be the first time I actually heard of their names. I'm not sure. Thinking of you. Oh, one thing we should do?
Kind of a generic card.
Megan. Dear Chloe, I'm so sorry for what happened. Know that I'm here for you if you need anything. I hope you feel better and I hope to see you again. XOXO Megan.
I wasn't very available to Chloe. Real nice.
Chloe, just thought I'd drop you a quick note to let you know I'm thinking about you. I feel so lame writing shit like I hope you're well. I know your life is so different now. I don't want that to get in the way of our friendship. Yes, I haven't been around lately, but that will change soon. In quotation marks, I hope you are well. Period. Love, Max. The quotation marks really put
trip selfies to Chloe. I'm sure that made her feel great.
The previous Max before the other timeline Max possessed this one was actually kind of a dick. But one thing we should absolutely check is our phone, because we're in an alternate dimension. There's so many, I bet there's so many juicy texts out here. Wait. Have a very special 18th birthday, you're an adult. Wait, we know this one. Victoria. Max, you busy girl, avoiding homework as usual. I told you I'd help you out. You never let me help. Crying emoji. Okay, drama, stop. And you help me by caring. Victoria possesses that ability to care about other people. I don't buy it. This truly is the cursed timeline. I do try. By the way, I scored that killer bot from you know who. Save me a bowl. Gotta bounce. Talk to you later. Come by my room tonight. Everything just seems so bizarre in this timeline. Just nothing's right. Max, thanks again for taking me to see my mom. I think she wants you for a daughter instead of me. I think not, your mom is a badass, like you. Yeah, right, I cry like a bitch. So did I, you just didn't see me. It's okay to cry. At least some of that emotionally available Max still remains in this timeline as well. At least that's nice. It gets old, my stupid phone is about to die, so call me back. Even though they were texting, but that's fine. In the dark room, wait. Yo, Max, you around? In the dark room, developing shots for the contest. Alright, the dark room is what you call the place you develop your photographs, right? Sweet. Sorry. So no 2 L's for you, not yet. I'll see you guys later though. Peace out. Mom? Oh gosh, there's so many texts. Happy birthdays, Maxine, this is your mom. We need to talk about some of your bills. Are you there? Yes, give me some time to answer. I can't just text in every class. Some teachers get super pissed when people use their phone. Yes, because it's super rude. And please don't be so snippy. Sorry, long day of homework. But you just said you were in class, Max. What the hell? You're not the only one, and that's why we're wondering if you need to spend so much. We want you to have everything you need, but your scholarship doesn't cover everything. You said I could use your credit card when I needed it. I only bought film, not a camera. Maybe it's time to go digital. That's such a mom thing to say that no mom would ever say. It's time to go digital. It's just like, are you a Sony commercial, mom? I don't think so. I'll call you later. I have to go. Don't pout. Love you. Hey honey, I hope you didn't forget to water the plant we gave you, but don't drown it either. So that text seems a little bit on the nose. It's like 2 timelines are colliding with each other. Hello Max, this is William. If you want to contact Chloe, you can use this number. She would love to hear from you. See you soon, I hope. Bye. Hey Chloe, Maxine here. I know it's been a while. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to Blackwell Academy now. I hope this is still your number. This would really help if there was like a date to it. I suppose it happened in the same year. Max is back. Blackwell, that's so awesome. You rule. Best of all, we can hang again. So yes, this is still my number. Cool, I've got the buttload of homework, but we'll get together soon. Don't tease me, it's been so long. I know, I'll see you soon. That's such a, not a snippy, but such a short... This Max is definitely a dick. Wait, Alyssa. Hey Max, it's a shame that you hang out with those people. I thought you were different. Alyssa, I saw you throw that TP at me. Oh my god, I was so not aiming at you. I swear. Don't do it again. Or else. This is the Terminator Max speaking. If you throw that TP again, I will break your neck. I appreciate that. I'm always pressing the wrong button. Oh, there's just one page of a journal. I guess we can read this. So much to do, I wish I could slow down time, especially to register all the cool things that have happened since I'm back in Arcadia. Blackwell rules, especially my crippled friend, of course. Yes, I'm older, and thanks to Vic and Nathan, I'm now a bit more fashionable too. They surprised me with the most beautiful straw pork pie hat, wrapped up furoshiki style. I don't know what that means, but it sounds kind of pretentious to be honest. Best birthday party ever, also drunkest. I can't sleep. Hey there, diary, remember me? Busy Max, busy, can't right now, must shoot, must live, must befriend, treat rekindle with Chloe too. But must vortex first. Party time! Objective, I should give Chloe some water. I should. So let's do it. Wait, makeup. Chloe, do you actually use this? It feels... I mean, I'm not gonna judge, but it doesn't seem like it would really help.
I should offer to put makeup on for Chloe. Not that I can, but it would be fun.
But in this timeline, you're the makeup queen, Max. In this timeline, you actually care about how you look. See, this is what happens when you
Chloe
become a
can
bad
totally
person. You
control
start
her
caring about
computer.
how you look. It's just
It's so
genetics.
great people get this high-tech help. I don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know the cup is right here, but you're just gonna have to wait, Chloe. We need to use the
Chloe
computer.
is still a punk at heart. But she can't stage dive anymore.
I really feel like they were going for this mixage of timelines in some sense,
It's so
because
cool that
certain
Chloe has
things
made friends
seem to be
online.
the same, but certain things are just totally different. Ignatius, Miss Blue. We know who Miss Blue is, right? So what are you doing? Talking with you? Haha. No shit. I'm about to binge on Quantum Leap. Oh my god, love Scott Bakula rules. Maybe that's not the right way to pronounce that surname, but at the same time, if you're gonna have a surname like Bakula, I think you should expect someone to mispronounce it at some points. So do you. I hope we can meet soon. Not if you're in San Francisco. Hey, I have to take care of some of my body work. Let me get back to you while you're binging on Bakula. You better. Hello?
There's the old Chloe.
That's definitely the old Chloe. Or the new Chloe, I guess. The old new Chloe. I think that's a good way to put it. Here's the water. I don't want to water the water.
Drink up, Buttercup.
Oh man. No wonder my throat is dry. I don't think I've talked this much the whole year.
Have you ever thought about doing a podcast or something?
I wish I could punch your face right now. A podcast? Dude, I am a pod in a cast. Boring.
Ouch. It was just a thought.
I know you're just trying to help.
Yeah, that's become a bad habit of mine.
You sound like an adult now. It seems like we were kids in another life.
Wow, I mean, that's some serious backshadowing. How did she know what happened before? It's like she knows we're from another timeline. Ooh. I'll stop making ghost sounds now. You're right, why the remember seems like yesterday. I'll say seems like yesterday. We're trying to be nostalgic here, right? We're trying to make her feel better.
It seems like
When we go
yesterday
back to
we
the
were
other
little
timeline, we're
brats
just gonna become a dick again, so we
watching
might as well
Power
be nice
Rangers
while we
and
still can.
destroying the kitchen.
Oh my god. We covered everything in flour. Even my parents.
That was so hilarious.
But a long time ago. You're the only person that I grew up with who visits me. As you can see, I can't keep all my other friends away.
Which friends did you hang out with the most?
Megan Weaver, but you don't know her. She was cool. But after my accident, she was too cool for school.
I know I wasn't around much. No excuses, I'm a loser. But I am trying to make things right.
How? Dude, you're not Supermax. And I'm not trying to guilt trip you. That's what my parents are for.
Actually, we kinda do have a superpower, so... Another backshadowing. They love. Are you lonely? That's just gonna reinforce her feelings. Are they okay? They love you. They love you seems a little bit on the nose. Let's just ask how their parents are. Her parents are.
Are they okay? I mean, are they still happy together and everything?
So now you're Dr. Bill? I guess they're good, considering they have to deal with me. They laugh and hold hands. And I hope they still get busy, too.
I think Joyce and William are incredible.
Max, the accident has been so hard on them. Our insurance sucks, and the medical bills are fucking insane.
Welcome to America. No, I'm just kidding. Only slightly kidding. I won't ask if they can pay. Again, they're just gonna set out a very bad example. I'm just gonna say I bet, because there's no better option.
I bet. This tech must be crazy expensive.
Along with the drugs, the nurses, the supplies. Mom and Dad are always broke, and they get so frustrated. Is it worth it?
Chloe, you're priceless. No pun intended.
You are such a geek. That's why I love you. Of course, I know a geek when I be one. See, I'm practically a human entertainment system. It would be sweet to chill out together and watch a movie like when you'd spend the night at my house.
What do you want to watch?
I think I'm in like a mellow Blade Runner mood. I always cry at the end. Plus, you know I always wanted to have cool colored bangs like Pris.
I know. You would look incredible with blue hair. Now let's get this show on the road. And you better not fall asleep on me like you always do when we watch movies.
I remember, Max. Swear I won't fall asleep.
She's gonna fall
Not
asleep
when you're here.
100%.
Not yet.
It's just what always happens when someone says, I'm not gonna do something, especially in a movie or a game or just any narrative story of any kind. They will do exactly that. Because what's the point of mentioning that it won't happen otherwise?
So here's the DVD player. Now I just need to find the
Yeah,
DVD.
I mean, that was pretty obvious. I just thought maybe we're gonna check out what we're dealing with here, right? If it's actual DVD player, because if you ask me, that can pass for a VHS player. DVD players were just in for like a few years and
Here's
they
the
just
DVD.
stopped beating. I mean, did you even check what the DVD was? You can just pop a random one in. Yeah, and then they just became obsolete,
Oh
and
my
they were
gosh,
just
I
never.
made that mix for her when we were 12.
They were just never relevant again. I remember I think VHSs actually had a longer staying power than DVDs did, which is kind of funny when you think about it. I do remember that era around 2005. Everybody had a DVD, but then they just stopped. They just started dying. And I remember around the time the PlayStation 3 came out, it started replacing the DVD slowly. And then at a certain point, we were like, actually, we can just use the internet for everything. And ever since, I've been a much happier person, in my opinion. Let's put the DVD in. Also, this is a cursed timeline for sure, because you don't expect me that two 17-year-olds are actually gonna watch Blade Runner on just a random whim. I feel like that's a movie you need to get mentally prepared for if you've already seen it before. And I mean, considering how Blade Runner is, I'm actually not surprised if Chloe does fall asleep. It's a very slow movie. That was a nice cutscene, right? I enjoyed seeing the lights flicker off of their face as the scenes in the background played. I'll just keep you entertained while they're sleeping, so don't worry about that. Let me tell you about trees, I guess. Trees are kind of nice, aren't they? I mean, they don't really do much, they just kind of stay there. They grow their roots out, they collect water, they collect rain, of course, from the sky. Actually, wait. Chloe didn't fall asleep, but Max did. That was the biggest plot twist of this game ever, up until this point.
I cannot believe you fell asleep so fast. How dare you?
I know you were beat down after the day with me, and Blade Runner is a pretty dreamy movie to watch at night. Do you think Deckard is a replicant? Sorry, I can see you're not wide awake like me.
No, I'm sorry I crashed so hard. Were you okay?
I do have a mother and father when you're not falling asleep on me.
You are a bitch in the morning.
It's the company I keep. Yesterday was such a blast.
It was great seeing you.
I know things were different when we were just dorky kids, but being with you made me feel like when we were little pirates, jumping and running through the forests again. It meant a lot to me just to chill out with you and bullshit. Fuck. I'm getting my regular head pains. Can you, pretty please, go upstairs and get my morphine injector in the bathroom?
Morphine injector?
It's total Star Trek shit. You can't even see the needle. Seriously, I need it. My parents keep the swag upstairs because they think I can't get to it. But you can, Max. Like a pirate, right?
I'm on it, Chloe.
Morphine, that's some serious shit, man. I can't. Wow, morphine. She's in some serious pain. Chloe, I regret for saying this, but don't go anywhere. I'm gonna be right back. I don't regret saying that, actually. I just, when I think about it. The TV, wait, oh right, of course. She's gonna have to wait with her headaches while I explore everything.
Damn. This is just for Chloe's basic supplies.
Overdue payment, $8,587. Nice. Victoria, wait, Victoria. Max, are we cool? Just wanted to make sure since you walked away so fast. Nathan was worried too. I mean, if Nathan was worried, then just like... end this timeline right now, how do we go back? It's time to go back to the future. If you want to talk, hit me up, Kay. Max, if you're mad, just tell me, Kay. Silence. So if you want to talk, my door is open. Love you. Now, one thing to consider here, right, is that Victoria is actually seemingly kind of nice to Max, or at least being a good friend, which means that she's probably not as bad of a person as she seems she is on the outside in the other timeline. There's some... Because we mainly influenced Chloe and Chloe's life, I don't think we have a reason to suspect that Victoria would be any different, so I think this is a good indication of her character. So she's not as bad of a person as maybe we were led to believe in our present timeline.
Their giant, expensive HD TV, and they use her shitty tube television.
These TVs, I swear, these TVs just should be banned. I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with them, but they make my eyes hurt when I look at them, which is why I would ban them.
To think that our destiny is...
I know this is kind of selfish, but...
Keys.
Oh, hey, William. What you doing? Wait, I have to look at the newspaper.
These whales are just a preview of the tornado to come. And the Prescott Foundation? Jesus.
Basically, the Prescott Foundation has vowed to provide extra research funds given the local scope of this
Rachel
echo
Amber
mystery.
is even missing in this reality. I guess I can't change everything.
So Rachel Amber just stands to go missing in all realities, as well as Chloe just seems to be dying in all realities.
They might
I hope you don't mind that, William. I'm just gonna take a look at your paper as you're actually signing it.
That's terrible.
This letter is to notify you that you're in default of your payment obligations on your home. This current account holds the amount of $12,000 payable by August 1st. Wow, this is just a lot of legal babble. Bob Loblow's blog. You know how that goes. Legal bibble babble. I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah, fine, whatever. I tried to read it again, but I just couldn't make it
William.
as a second sentence.
Am I bothering you?
Why, yes, Max. I love going through bills. Kidding. How can you bother me? I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. You look exactly the same. It's so cool.
Good. Or I'd be scared if I didn't look like me. Of course, you seem more adult now. So what's on your mind?
There's one thing there's one problem I have with this interaction, and that is that Max is essentially seeing a dead person now. If I saw a dead person again, I don't think there would be anything that would prevent me from touching them in some way. I would want to make sure that they actually exist, right? Just give them a hug or something, because I know that this isn't going to last. Max is just casually up, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you. Unless you're trying to convince me that Max is the politest girl out there, I don't think I can buy this interaction. I think that she would at least be in shock a little bit for seeing William again. I mean, I get it, she had time to process it, because after all, she did spend like 1 or maybe even 2 nights at this point. But it's just like, come on, can I get some chaotic reactions from Max, just make her flip some shit or whatever? That's fine, let's talk about Chloe.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm truly sorry about what happened to Chloe.
Me too. All it takes is a few minutes to change a girl's whole life. But she's alive. She's been a trooper.
Is she mad at me? Glad you're here. I'll ask if she's mad at me. Let's project some insecure Max out there.
Is she mad at me for not staying in touch? She should be. I have no excuse.
She was disappointed, but she knows you care. And I know how hard it is to process all this. It's taken us years.
Well, I've been here for only a day, so...
I just want you to know that whatever happens, I'll always be here for Chloe. Always.
I know you will, Max.
The care room or Joyce? The care room just has an ominous sound to it. It's just, he's in the care room.
I was impressed by Chloe's room and all the high-tech equipment.
You should be. We could buy a few mansions for what it all costs. The insurance helps, but... I don't know, Max.
I know it must be hard on you guys, financially.
These bills are more like crushing. We have to mortgage our home, and that's pretty scary. But we'll get through it. Price is always right. Get it? No?
One thing to look at, for some reason, I think that Max's eyes are shinier. they just have a little bit of gleam to them, whereas other characters don't. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but I'll keep an eye out if this is actually a detail that gets passed to the other timeline as well. But she just seems to be a little bit more defined in this one. Just a random observation.
Joyce again is
See, her eyes are very shiny.
so nostalgic.
Very old school, as they say. I think it's great for Chloe to see you. Makes Joyce happy, too. So, it's not all bad news in Arcadia Bay. Or is it?
There's more? Rachel Amber? Sure. Why would he know anything about Rachel Amber? But at this point we're doing research. We're so dedicated we went to the other timeline to ask about Rachel Amber. So let's just friggin' do it.
Missing girl. Rachel Amber?
Oh, yes, she went to Blackwell, right? Oh, poor thing. That's a real nightmare for a family. I get scared thinking about Chloe and that we might lose her someday.
That's just so sad, isn't it? They're just so forced, man. It's just... I get what they're trying to do. Like, the only thing that's missing is him making some offhand remark, like, I wish it was me. Like, that would make for a cherry on top and just make me groan a little bit, I won't lie to you.
What do you think is going on with all of this crazy weather and animals dying?
Nobody knows, right? It is Nostradamus type shit, pardon my French. But all I actually care about now is Chloe and Joyce. My family.
The Prescott family might be bad news. What do you think about them?
Evil. Next question?
Sounds like you know them well.
More than I want to. But Joyce has to work for those greedy bastards at Pan Estates. I don't even like to think about it.
I have to go see if Chloe needs anything. It was so great talking with you again.
You act like it's the last time. And please, keep me from these bills whenever you want.
See, he almost said it. You act like it's the last time. No game, you can't do this. You're pulling at my emotional heartstrings and I'm not buying it. They even said that Joyce has a different job, which means that the one thing that was constant in Chloe's life before was the Two Whales Diner, and now even that isn't the case anymore. Just make it believable. Like, I'm not saying, I know this is a game and I have to suspend some of my disbelief, but it's honestly a little bit too much in the nose, in my opinion.
Such bullshit.
Like, just scatter the bills around, just make sure that I notice them right. Why can't there be one happy moment, or just like one happy letter? I don't think it would devalue, I think it just would add a little bit of realism. I'm not saying that bad things don't happen, or that there aren't moments where everything is just a little bit unfortunate. I'm just saying it's very, very unlikely that I enter just in that period where everything just seems to be going really badly. Like, there's no one positive thing. Like, just give me one message from a family member. Hey, William, it's not much, but we're donating like $1,000 to you or whatever. I would buy that. I think that would actually improve the entire experience, not just making everything literally be the saddest thing in the world. Now, I admit, a big part of this is probably me just going through this. I remember that the first time I played this, it didn't feel that bad, I guess. But going through it like for the fifth time now, it just feels a little bit too much, right? It just feels like they're trying to make me sad, and it's just,
I guess
at this point I'm resistant
together. I'm still overwhelmed by this new reality. And I feel so guilty for putting Chloe and her family through this. I could give Chloe the choice of keeping William alive, but that would be cruel. But then I see that they're a family again, and who am I to judge?
Right, that was a very short contemplative moment. I thought it was gonna go a little bit longer, but that is fine. If this is another bill, I'm gonna freak out.
I never heard much about William's brother.
Oh, there we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Sorry for not staying in touch since the accident. Work has been piling up and I'm being set to Salt Lake City to oversee a new parking lot. I have to go where the work is these days. I wish I could have sent you a bigger check, but you know the story, money is nobody's favorite thing. Maybe I'll see you next spring for a visit. Kiss Chloe and Joyce for me. Hang in there, Billy. Your brother Aaron. Honestly, I appreciate that touch. I like that everything is just not sad. It's still a little bit sad because he had to go away to
Chloe
work.
always did love stomping around in her
At least
boots.
somebody's helping. Okay,
Boys, I kind of want to.
this scene has been redeemed in my eyes.
Too bad Joyce and William can't get any help from the Prescott Foundation.
Thank you for giving me an update on Chloe's condition. I can only imagine the struggle you and William are going through. I'm so sorry that I can help you with alone at this time. Like everybody else, I'm underwater with my own medical pills. Please give Chloe a hug and my best wishes. Love, and Dorothy.
They bought crutches for Chloe, hoping she might walk again.
I love this touch. I think it would be even better if they actually hadn't put a look command on it, so you would have to infer that yourself. Like if they were just there and you would be like, oh wait a second, these crutches are here for who again? Then you would be like, oh, I understand. It's because they won't walk it. I think that would be a much more powerful moment, but when it's spelled out, it's just, again, a little bit too much in the nose for me. I know that after you experience this emotional moment a couple of times, you become kind of desensitized to it.
Max, it is so nice to have you around.
Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm just gonna go through everything. I'm gonna get right to you in a moment. But so one part is just me going through the scene again, but at the same time there were other scenes in this game, like for example with Kate and of course the previous episodes, which just felt equally powerful to me, or at least they felt equally strong. I guess one part of this is the fact that we know we're in an alternate timeline, which means that at some point we'll probably return. So this means that this particular timeline doesn't have that big of an effect on me. But at the same time, I guess that what we have to learn here, or at least what the signing factor is the fact that we can't tamper with reality and expect nothing to go bad. We can't make things the way we want them, and this is... I guess this is alluding to what the ending would be to a certain extent. But I wouldn't say more. I'm just gonna be, let's just go on with the game. Let's try to get emotional here. As we discussed last week, Chloe's respiratory system is showing signs of rapid weakening. This accounts for her recent anemia and loss of breath. As a doctor, I'm committed to her well-being, but I want you to understand that reality that respiratory failure is common in people with severe spinal injuries. Your daughter is one of the bravest, strongest patients I've ever had, and I'm proud to be working with her. I just want you as parents to prepare for any and all possibility. I believe Chloe should also be made aware of her changing condition. If you would like to discuss this further, you have my contact information. Best, Dr. Anton Fipes. Cool. Not cool because it's failing, but cool because he wrote a nice letter, I guess. Joyce, wait. I'm looking for condoms. Just looking at pictures here.
Good morning, Max. Oh, you and Chloe are so much quieter now than when you were kids.
Well, she's in a
I
wheelchair.
remember. It's nice waking up in your house again.
I'm sure you're aware of that fact.
William and I love it. Finally seeing you and Chloe together after all these years. After the accident.
William, Joyce, or Chloe? Let's talk about Chloe because we care about her the most at the moment. Then William, then Joyce. Why?
Friend.
Because Joyce is the same over the
I know
timelines.
Chloe doesn't get many visitors.
Chloe isn't, but she's her friend.
Max, you're Chloe's best friend for a reason. You're here exactly when she needs you.
I hope so. Chloe needs help. I think everybody is aware that Chloe needs help. So let's just say I hope so.
I hope so. You guys do such an amazing job taking care of her.
We can only do so much, and she gets damn sick of her parents. That's why it's so important you came to spend time with her. Max, Chloe's condition is not improving. Her respiratory system is very weak, and she... Do you know what I'm saying?
Joyce. I'm so sorry you have to go through all this.
Bad or good, I embrace every moment with my daughter and my husband. This is what it means to be a family, and we'll always be one, no matter what.
I have to tell you how much I love seeing you and William together again.
He's been such a hero through all this. Chloe and I are lucky to have him.
Is William still the same? After everything that's happened?
For better and for worse. but always for the better. I never thought I'd love a man so much I can't imagine life without him. It sounds corny, I know.
You rule, Joyce.
Shit, things would be different if I did. I like how you think, kid.
How are you doing, Joyce?
I'm doing the best I can, Max. I won't lie, it's difficult, but nobody said life was easy here in Arcadia Bay.
This conversation with Joyce feels the most honest, I think because she's one of the characters that remains somewhat the same throughout the timeline, so it feels like we're actually talking to someone who has an effect on the story and the plot overall. I know she doesn't indirectly, but it just feels like her words are a little bit more impactful to me than the other words, like for example from William, just because he just doesn't exist in the other timeline anymore, right?
Do you know somebody named David Madsen? He, might hang out at the Two Whales.
Well, that was random. Yeah, he's a bus driver. He comes in sometimes. Cute, quiet. Why?
Oh, I was
Cute,
just
quiet.
curious.
You always were. Nice to see that everything doesn't change.
That's not the way I would describe David. Cute and quiet. It's just none of those two are correct, at least not from what I've seen. Cute maybe to a certain eye, but quiet definitely not. The guy is quite loud.
Plus, you guys have to work, too.
Bill and I have no time for ourselves. We're working more than we're living. I even had to take a part-time gig at Pan Estates. Ugh.
Do you know the Prescotts?
I know that Sean Prescott won't be happy until he owns everything in Arcadia Bay. Stay away from his son, Nathan.
He's my best friend. Oh, damn. Whoops, too late for that, Joyce.
So, what do you think is going on here with all of this eco-havoc?
Maybe Arcadia Bay just wants to be left alone. I know the feeling. Honestly, I don't give a shit about too much outside our house.
I don't blame you, Joyce.
Except now we have dead birds and beach whales outside our front door. So maybe I should care, for Chloe's sake.
I better get back to Chloe now. It's good talking with you, Joyce.
You too, honey.
I guess one thing I hadn't considered before, why I think that this particular scene was a little bit forced, I mean this particular, not scene, but everything that's happened now, is the fact that we know that Max is different in this timeline, so to see her act like her normal self when everything is different is a little bit unusual, but at the same time it's understandable because everybody else here doesn't know that Max is different, right? We know that she's different because we saw the text and we obviously woke up in this timeline as hanging out with Victoria. And at that point, you know that your life has gone to shitter. But they don't know that, right? They still remember the Max that was the kid, which was super nice and kind, with only change in the recent years after we got to Blackwell and whatever, right? So I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't understand that we're different, and as such they would treat us the same. And because we're the Max from the other timeline, we're actually much nicer, which means that this actually isn't as big of a contradiction I thought what it was at the start. I hope I'm making some sense.
Here it is. I never thought I'd be delivering morphine to my best friend.
Well, I mean, to be honest, your best friend was delivering morphine to you, or
Bathroom
drugs
was
of
almost
similar
the same.
potential.
Just more medicine.
I mean Nathan by that, of course. Cabinet, let's see.
It's cool that Chloe uses natural medicine, too.
Is that cool, or I think that's just desperation.
Nothing here.
Just some towels, that's fine. Turn off the light switch. Let's care about air pollution and also about electricity. It's God knows that they can save every cent they need at this point. Things just aren't cheap, man. That's a nice scarf. I respect it. Chloe, I got your drugs. I've had plenty of practice dealing drugs in the streets, so this is no problem for me at all. Hey Chloe, where do I inject this? Is that not an appropriate question? I'm sorry.
Finally. Give me the blue pill.
No, that's Viagra.
I'm nosy, but not precise.
Go ahead and plug it right in. It's so easy. And painless.
Okay, but get ready to yell for your folks if I screw up.
Oh, trust me. I will. Of course, my pain just keeps getting worse. but you caught me on a good day. Max, I'm so grateful that I'm even able to hang out with you. See, I'm getting mushy. I'm already high.
You're so adorable. Do you want anything else?
Stop me if I'm being too emo, but can you grab one of the photo albums over there? I'd like to check out some old pictures of us when we were kids.
Please. My diary is like emo ground zero. Plus, Max Caulfield does not pass up a photo op with Chloe Price. Ever.
Chloe, I have two things to say to you. It's time to go digital. That was only one thing, but that's fine. I was referencing our mom, who is obviously very hip with the times. Now, photo albums are, I think, are pretty cool if you actually have pictures to put in them. Now, there are some photo albums that families have which just involve baby pictures, and there's like 1,000 of them, and at that point you see 3 and you know what every other picture is gonna look like. I think if there was some natural progression, like if you have a person in your family who knows how to make good photo albums, who actually put logical things in their logical order and actually include some of the milestones of you as you actually grown up, or of the family, I suppose, I think that makes sense. But a lot of photo albums out there just not that good. Just a lot of undeveloped pictures. I also remember back in the day, I'm sorry, this is totally unrelated to everything, but I just remember back in the day there were these film cameras, and when people took pictures with film, obviously you couldn't delete it, you couldn't edit it or whatever. So what would happen is somebody would take 3 pictures of the same thing, but only one of them would end up looking good. But because it would cost money to develop all 3, they would also keep and just kind of hang on to the 2 which were also bad and included in the photo album, which means that in the end you would have 66% or even more pictures which just either would have a red filter over them, or somebody would be holding a finger just blocking out all the light. It was a mess, man. It was a mess. I'm so glad for digital cameras. Okay, that was a breathful. I got off tangent here. Let's actually look at this photo album. I mean, Chloe has time to edit it. It's not like she has much else to do, so maybe it's good. I don't want to be too pessimistic here.
Okay? Perfect. Oh my god, look how little we are there. We look like toys.
I remember that day by the lighthouse.
My dad was pissed at us. He actually tried to give us a timeout.
And you laughed at him. My dad would have banished me.
Maybe there's a picture here we can use to travel back in time, or forward in time, I guess.
Oh, awesome picture. We look so badass in our pirate gear.
We should have taken over Arcadia Bay when we had the chance.
There's still time for you. Oh man, there we are making pancakes. I love that shot of us. It's hard to believe my dad took that picture only 5 years ago.
Literally seems like yesterday.
I wish it was.
Me too. This photo... Maybe I could...
Listen, Max. My respiratory system is failing, and it's only getting worse. I've heard the doctors talking about it when they thought I was zonked out. So, I know I'm just putting off the inevitable while my parents suffer along, and I will too. This isn't how I want things to end.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying that being with you again has been so special. I just wanted to feel like when we were kids running around Arcadia Bay and everything was possible, and you made me feel that way today. I want this time with you to be my last memory. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All you have to do is crank up the IV to 11.
I did say I was gonna destroy her, but this is not what I had in mind, to be honest. Now, I think there are some options to consider here. I think this is one of those dilemmas that's I think if this was just our regular timeline, there just wouldn't be a problem, right? Because I mean, I would just refuse because there's no sense in killing another friend of mine. But because we know that as soon as we leave, we're gonna turn back into bitchy Max, which is probably gonna be bad for Chloe, we're just never gonna call her again or whatever. And because we know that this timeline isn't permanent, I'm actually considering accepting this option. One part is because I've never accepted before, I'm just kind of curious to see what happens. Another one is I think there's some logical sense to it because we know that, again, she's kind of destined to die at a certain point, and if this is the last good memory we can give to her, I think that is something to consider. The mouse appeared. I don't appreciate you, mouse. Go away. Thank you. So I'm just like, I'm on the fence. I think I want to click accept, but I don't think it's morally right. I think it's logically right, but I don't think it's morally right. I don't think I get to be the one who decides whatever her life should end, even if she's in this fugue state. Admittedly, she's the one making the decision, but do we have to be the one pulling the plug? So just like, what do we do? We can go for I don't know, but that's just cheating, I think. I don't know is just not an option in my book. I mean, I think we can always rewind just to see what happens. But if she like dies in front of us, I would feel really bad. I would want to crack it up to 11, teleport back into the past and just forget about it. I think that's the option I would like to do. Maybe we can do that. I'm feeling kind of daring today, let's just go with it. I'm sorry, Chloe, I probably won't be able to sleep tonight, but I'm going to euthanize you.
Chloe.
I'll just drift to sleep, dreaming of us here together. Forever. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you for following your dreams. Don't forget about me.
Never.
I love you, Max. See you around.
Sooner than you think.
No joke, that felt a little bit more emotionally powerful than I thought it would. But I had another thought which will probably ruin this moment, and that is what happens when we actually go in the past? Does the copy of ourselves stay here? Because I think the other Max won't really know what just happened. She'll be like, oh, I just woke up next to the dead person. I'm also interested to see how this affects Max throughout the rest of the game, so I'm sticking with it. Know that I am morally reprehensible to just deciding on whatever to kill a person, but I think that this is logically the right choice, and I'm also interested to see what the outcomes are when we go forward in time. I think that I wouldn't do it in no circumstance if this was our actual timeline, but because we know this is like a temporary timeline, I'm
sorry, William.
I'm more open to doing it again. But that's fine. Let's not worry about it too much. At least now we can tell Chloe, Chloe, if you don't listen to us, just know that we killed you once already. Is that 200 notes? Wait, I need to find the sweet spot. There we go. Found it. It's time to go back to the past. Samurai Jack, you get it.
Someday Dad'll get one of them newfangled computers.
I hope the flash didn't scare you, Max.
This is a keeper.
Hello? Hey, honey. What? Oh, I didn't know you had to get groceries. Of course I'll come pick you up. Shit, where are my keys?
That's $1 for the swear jar.
You mean your college fund? Keys, please. Aha! You can't hide from me forever. And no Chloe and Max wine tasting session.
Dad.
Don't blow it, because tonight your mother promised to make us a world-famous salmon surprise with chocolate cake for dessert. Max, you'll be here too, right?
She's never leaving me.
That makes all of us.
Max, you are being so fucking strange. Like you're never gonna see us again.
Chloe, I'm so sorry. I tried to make things different for you. I did try. I'm sorry.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but come on. You have made things different, like my whole life. You're my best friend. I've got you and a great family. What's to be sorry for? We'll be best friends forever. And when we grow up, we're taking over the world.
Listen, whatever happens, I want you to be strong. Even if you feel like I wasn't there for you. Because I will never abandon you, Chloe. I'll always have your back. Always.